Did this entry really just receive a thanks for your participation? We'll ignore that like it never happened. I've had this insane idea circulating in my mind for a while now. What if I used one of the items I didn't like in SuitU to try and rank in a competition? And who knows, perhaps I could learn something new about myself and grow to love that item. Hence, this challenge was born. I was excited, enthusiastic even, to take on the seemingly impossible and daunting task and turn it into reality. This is how it went. Hello beautiful souls, Plushie here, and welcome back to our cozy corner of the internet. Our first competition prompt for that day was comfortable loungewear. And at this point in time, I still didn't have a crystal clear idea of which item we would be using for this challenge, but it slowly dawns on me as I am putting on a wool comfy sweater. The item that particularly rubs me the wrong way is the current fashion view's hair. Now, disclaimer, I did grow to like that hair more over time, but when I was using it in the competitions during this recording, it was nothing but an eyesore to my very core. Why does it have a line that makes it seem like the back of the hair is a wig piece attached to the front part? That question might haunt me forever. All I knew now was that the hair would be the constant item used throughout competitions for this video and would be henceforth dubbed unfashionable. Now back to the theme. I knew I wanted to make a cozy look, but all I could focus on was the hair burning into my retinas and distracting me. Though I think the recolored versions of it are easier on the eyes. So, in order to get past that dilemma, I just had to block it out and try to make an outfit without looking at the top part of her head. I had absolutely no vision, which didn't bode well for the rest of this challenge. Getting through this first theme would prove to be our greatest obstacle, and I wasn't really expecting any phenomenal results so long as she was looking cozy. I would settle on feeling pretty content. Add some headphones here, a teddy bear over there, and this was the look that I ended up submitting. It just gets worse from here. Next, I moved on to massive discount sale theme, something about going on a shopping spree and buying everything off of our wish list. They did want us to use a more chic style, and unfortunately we had to equip the hair, hence the point of this challenge, making all this that much more difficult. Having a constant back and forth with myself on what look I really wanted to go for, while also keeping in mind that the hair should be the star of the set and hiding it behind big head accessories would defeat the purpose. But obviously, with my less than warm feelings towards it, the inspiration was hard to come by. Yet I knew that we had to power through. No quitting allowed. I decided to go for a mix of something that was both comfy and elegant, all while consciously ignoring the top part of her head again. This look was giving not afraid to spend all you have on mega sale deals the shops are offering, ready to splurge at the drop of a hat. And I was hoping the vision would translate reasonably to voters. Question for you, my dear friend. How well do you think these first two looks I created actually did in the competition? Post your predictions in the comments. Now, this look, I would personally give a -5. Yes, I am my own worst critic, I guess. Do you think I got into top 6% with these two looks? Spoiler alert, no. No, I did not. Especially not with the first one. It wasn't anywhere near close to that. The result was 47%. Honestly, what did I expect? Even without the hair, it's just not that good. I wasn't particularly upset at it though, because we were just warming up. Meanwhile, the second look did do a little bit better. We got top 13%, but it wasn't enough to make me feel satisfied, so we just had to keep going. Speaking of feeling satisfied, have you all seen the upcoming new gacha sneak peek we got? From what they've teased so far, it is looking absolutely phenomenal. What are your thoughts on it? Back to the task at hand. Our next theme is a charity gala, and apparently our generosity is kind of supposed to shine brighter than our clothing style, so I don't think I followed the prompt very well, but I did do my best. So first things first, we had to equip the hair as we have already established, and we're going for a glamorous look. I mean, it's odd, you're supposed to make her look glamorous, yet also not at the same time. I don't think I can achieve such an impossible feat, but let's carry on anyway. So, a coat item was a must of course, makeup was looking elegant and regal, added a fancy hand fan and all those good things. At this point, I was just piling on all of the items that I thought would make her look shiny and eye-catching. Would it prove to be successful? We shall see. After that was time for Desert Oasis theme, and we were supposed to bring back the green into the world. So I guess we were expected to use green items. That's what one would assume at least. So once again, you know the drill. We start off with the hair and then we try to find cute looking green items, which I quickly realize I don't have many of, and we're off to a rocky start already. In the end, none of the green items spoke to me, so I fully committed to a sandy vibe instead, completely embracing the Sahara aesthetic. Now, we had not only lost the green trees we were supposed to include, but we had accidentally turned her into an honorary sand dune. Hey, at least her eyes are green. That should count for something. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of whatever I created here. It was such a hot mess, and I cannot believe that was out there in the wild for others to see. But we're just gonna move on from that and take a look at where these two looks ranked. So, I got top 19% for the charity gala competition, and the other one got top 45%, unsurprisingly so, especially when other people's entries were spectacular, while mine looked like a sad potato. Small intermission, if you're enjoying this type of content, please like the video and consider subscribing if you haven't already. It's free and I would appreciate it a lot, thank you. But I wasn't about to give up now. No, I was very invested in scoring well using the item that I didn't like. And who knows, I could come up on top and actually end up loving the hair. Next theme was Circe. Circe, from my understanding, was a magical enchantress in Greek mythology who could turn people into animals. She famously turned Odysseus's men into pigs, but later helped him on his journey. So she's a complex character, okay? I was already dreading this theme just because I know I don't have many items that can make my vision come to fruition and look good. But we had to do what we had to do. And of course, we equipped the hair first and foremost. I did go with a black shade of it though this time, since it would kind of give her that Greek goddess vibe. We needed a headpiece to fully capitalize on this idea and sell other voters on the fact that she is a Greek goddess indeed, despite the minimal amount of items we had to work with related to that theme. I thought the white version of the dress would further accentuate that sort of Greek goddessy look, so we were cooking. Although no cooking was truly happening here, to be honest, but I had to keep the momentum going. Really, the inspiration just was not hitting me, and whatever little inspiration I had with the items that were in my wardrobe was not helping me achieve my envisioned idea, so in my frustrated state, I just decided to slap on whatever I could that would still fit with the theme and make it look somewhat decent and less like a hot mess express. And the result is, well, it is something at least. After that, it was time to create a look for the theme Escape to Survival. So we're supposed to be facing a raging snowstorm on a small boat. Sure, let's go. Did I have any faith in my styling skills at this point? No. Was I still going to tackle this challenge? Yes. Starting off with the hair, of course, I thought about giving it a snowy shade for this one to really capture the whole stuck in Antarctica or something theme. So I went ahead with that. One thing on my mind was we had to make her look as warm as possible, because no way is the girl surviving while wearing only a miniskirt and a light jacket. That's a one-way ticket to developing hypothermia and is as far removed from survival as it can possibly get. I was even willing to spend gems at this point on items that I probably wouldn't use as much just to have a bit of a chance here. As if my mind wasn't struggling enough already, then came the time to pick shoes. And they gave me such a hard time for I couldn't for the life of me find boots that looked nice and warm at the same time. Just ignore these, okay? For my sake. All that mattered was that she was toasty warm, snug as a bug, and could fashionably fend off the cold. We'll also ignore the part where she probably would starve from the lack of food despite her warm clothes. What matters is that she looks good wrapped in all those layers. My mind was slowly turning into mush, so I was actually starting to think this could potentially rank well. Perhaps we could get top 15% with it? What if, without getting too ahead of ourselves, we could even reach top 1%? But some dreams are just not meant to be. So let's take a look at the results these past two competitions had garnered us. The Circe one got top 14%, which is better than I thought it would get. And Escape to Survival ended up in the 15% range. While not awful, it still wasn't scratching that itch for me. At this point, I was getting a little bummed out and was waiting for that big break which would finally allow us to rank in top 10% at least. And if I allowed myself to be a tad delusional, possibly even top 5%, it was all or nothing, a do or die. With that positive outlook in mind, we headed into our next competition, autograph session. By now, an image was already starting to blossom in my mind. She's going to look like a savvy business lady in the know. Perhaps throwing glasses into the mix, since it did mention in the prompt that it was her first autograph, and she is a mysterious author nobody has seen until now. I just piled on those elegant items, a beautiful long dress, making her look expensive. As they say, first impressions are everything. I also debated long and hard between two red carpet items, because we weren't going to rank unless we had those. I could just feel it in my bones. So overall, I was personally happy with that entry. But would the masses be of one mind with me? We shall see. Apparently, I also created this look for the New Life theme, but I don't remember making this or even recording it, which means I blanked out at some point. We got top 17% anyway, so this was not enough. With visceral tears in my eyes, we dive headfirst into the next competition, wondering all the while when would it all come to an end. Our next challenge was Journey through the Roman Plaza, and this kind of made me think of going for something inspired by ancient Roman attire, only with a modern twist. You know the drill by this point. We equipped the hair, the light flowy dress was a must, some embellishments in the hair, we were going full out here, set to win. The coat item might have been overkill looking back on it, but you can't change the past. So that is what we have. Since there was a mention of doves in the prompt, I was hoping people would be forgiving of the wings in this particular case. Once the look was completed, my fate now rested in the hands of the voters. Drumroll please! The autograph look didn't net us anything to write home about. Top 19% was the best I could do with that one. But then finally, the angels have decided to smile down at me, and thus our challenge has successfully come to an end, where after over 10 consecutive failures, some of which didn't even get featured in this video, we found ourselves here, in the top 6%, and I will gladly take it. Comment down below what item or combination of items you would like for me to try in the next challenge, and feel free to join in and try this out for yourself as well, if you want to play the game on hard mode. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, stay sweet and may the RNG luck be always with you. Bye bye!